What would you do if the only thing standing between you and death was a wounded lion? In the heart of a burning savannah, a lost boy clings to an old lantern and stumbles upon a beast that should have killed him, but didn't. This is The Lion and the Lantern, a story of survival, loss, and a friendship that defies the wild. The night split open with a scream. Malik froze. The tiny home he shared with his mother and two younger siblings trembled as gunfire cracked through the air outside. Smoke filtered in through the cracks in the mud walls, and the scent of burning wood, mingled with something sharper, more terrifying, clung to the air. His mother grabbed his arm. "Take them. Run." Her voice was a whisper, but her eyes were fierce. She thrust his little sister Lila into his arms and pushed his brother Yusuf behind him. In her other hand she held the lantern, old, dented, but still precious. Their father had left it with them before joining the militia 6 months ago. No word had come since. Malik clutched it tightly. "Mama." The door burst open. Chaos crashed in. Men yelling, flames licking the edges of the house. In the panic, Malik's fingers slipped from Layla's wrist. He turned, but she was gone, lost in the smoke and running bodies. A shove, a scream, then nothing. Malik stumbled out into darkness. He didn't know how long he ran. His sandals tore apart, thorns cut into his feet. His tears mixed with dust until his cheeks were streaked with mud. He stopped only when the stars blinked down at him from a sky far too big, and the grasses of the savannah closed around him like a cage. For the first time in his 12 years, Malik was truly alone. The savannah stretched like an endless sea, gold and dry, shimmering with heat by day and writhing with sound by night. Malik learned quickly. He drank from puddles and chewed bitter leaves. He wrapped his feet in cloth from his torn shirt. But hunger gnawed at him worse than any wound, worse even than fear. 3 days passed, maybe 4. His skin peeled in the sun. His voice grew hoarse. Still he walked. He talked to himself, sang to the wind, whispered his sister's name like a prayer. The silence after each call was the worst part. And then he heard it. A growl, low and terrible. Malik fell flat to the earth, heart hammering. Through the tall grass, not 20 feet away, lay a lion. A great beast, golden as the sun, but broken. Its back leg was twisted in a steel trap, the kind poachers left for bushmeat. Blood darkened the earth beneath it. The lion panted, ribs rising and falling with effort. It raised its head. Their eyes met. Malik couldn't breathe. Every instinct screamed for him to run, but he didn't. Something else, something deeper, held him still. The lion didn't lunge, didn't roar. It blinked, slow and tired, then dropped its head again with a rumble of pain. Malik stumbled back, heart in his throat, but the lion didn't attack. It only slumped forward, free but barely conscious. Malik watched it for what felt like hours. Finally, he whispered, "Baraka." Blessing. The lion opened one eye. Baraka didn't leave. Neither did Malik. They moved together. Malik scavenged for fruit and water, and Baraka led him to shade during the hottest parts of the day. The lion limped, favoring his leg, but his eyes were brightening. Their bond deepened like roots twisting beneath dry soil. At night, they lay beneath the stars. Malik used Baraka's warm body as shelter. He whispered to him about his mother, his siblings, the lantern, his fear. Baraka didn't speak, but his silence was the kind that listened. Sometimes Malik imagined he saw understanding in those golden eyes. One night, hyenas circled. Malik heard them first, snickering in the dark. The scent of blood and weakness had drawn them. He clutched the broken lantern, heart thudding. Baraka rose. His growl sent chills through the earth. It was not loud, but deep, a warning filled with ancient strength. The hyenas yelped and scattered into the bush. Malik pressed his forehead to Baraka's shoulder. "You saved me." Baraka grunted, then lay back down. Weeks passed. Malik grew thinner, but stronger. His eyes sharpened. He learned to read the wind, to listen to the calls of birds. Baraka taught him without words. The lion showed him where to dig for tubers, how to avoid snake nests. how to be still. They became a pair, a boy and a lion, surviving as one. Malik began to trust the land, the sounds, the silence. His fear shifted into awe. But the wound on Baraka's leg refused to heal. It festered. Some days he couldn't walk. Malik foraged alone, always returning before dark. He would press cool leaves to the lion's leg and hum the songs his mother used to sing. He'd cry sometimes, pressing his face into Baraka's mane, whispering prayers. One day, Baraka didn't wake. Malik shook him, then cried into his mane. "No, please, don't leave me." Baraka opened one eye slowly. Malik breathed again. That night, Malik stayed awake. He watched the stars and listened to Baraka breathe. He thought of his mother's stories, of lion spirits and forest guardians. He wondered if Baraka was one of them. He began carving marks into bark, tallying the days, sketching lions and flames with stones on dry riverbeds. His voice, once hoarse, gained strength again. He started humming lullabies and poems, some his mother had sung, others he invented for Baraka. Jack Deering down drops Baxen. The turning point came with smoke. A dark coil rose into the horizon, steady, organized, not from gunfire. A ranger's burn, controlled, safe, civilization, hope. But it was far, days, at least. Across riverbeds and thorny ridges, across hunger and exhaustion. Baraka stood. He tried to follow, collapsed. Malik knelt. "It's okay, I'll go." He looked at the old lantern. It hadn't worked in weeks, but it was still his father's, still hope. He used a shard of quartz and dry moss, sparks, then flame. It flickered, then glowed. He held it high. The night was black, but the lantern shone, and the lion watched him walk into it. The rangers found him on the third morning. Malik collapsed in their arms. "There was a lion," he whispered. "He saved me." They didn't believe him, but when they retraced his steps, they found tracks, and a lion, old, wounded, lying in the grass, watching. He didn't move when they approached, just closed his eyes. By morning he was gone. Malik cried for days. They gave him food, water, safety. He asked only for one thing, the lantern. It was returned to him, clean but unchanged. Inside, a single tuft of golden fur. Years passed. Malik grew, he lived, he learned. But he never forgot. He became a ranger, a protector. Children in the village whispered of the man who walked with lions. He taught young rangers how to move silently through grasslands, how to read lion tracks, how to listen. But he always began with one story, about a wounded lion, a boy who was lost, and a lantern that would not die. And when asked why he always carried a broken lantern, Malik would smile. "Because it once lit the path," he'd say, "when I had nothing else but a lion named Baraka." And on quiet nights deep in the savannah, some say you can still see them, a boy and a lion, walking side by side beneath a sky full of stars, and the light of an old lantern, still burning. If this story lit something in your heart, hit that like button, subscribe for more emotional human-animal tales, and share this journey with someone who still believes in loyalty, even in the darkest places. Until next time, keep the lantern burning.